Welcome to the Simply Wild podcast. I can't believe I'm saying that, and I can't believe I'm finally here. And to be quite frank with you, I am terrified because of so many reasons, but just hear me out. First of all, you might not even know who I am. And the first couple episodes are going to be me introducing myself. So we'll just get through that. But big reason why I have been hesitant to share a podcast or start a podcast is one, I'm a perfectionist. Or I used to be a perfectionist. We're getting over that by doing this right now. And also, I have a lot of conflicting views about a lot of things. I don't really fit into a category, we should say, which is another reason why I feel so called to share a podcast like this, because I think more voices need to be heard. More people need to hear this idea of just being completely neurotically yourself, which really is me more and more every day. So hi, hello. My name's Sadie Jane. I have so much to tell you, but this first episode is just really me kind of giving you my cliffhanger note story about how I'm here and why I wanted to start a podcast. So we're going to go get into the depths of everything I'm sharing, but let's just start off by saying everything has to start somewhere. And we can only go up from here, which is a really good thing. I am 35 years old. I'm a mom of 3 kids. Married for almost 16 years, I think. I don't even know. I am a Capricorn sun, a Cancer moon, and Aries rising, and I have so much Scorpio, you don't even know. We're going to get into astrology. And I pray that I don't keep saying we're going to get into it, because literally everything I'm going to expand on. I am a 4/6 ego projector in human design. So I will expand just a little bit so you can understand just who I am and why I am. And if you don't know anything about human design, we're going to really go into that. The only channel I have in human design is the 5125, which is the channel of initiation. So everything else is completely open. The channel of initiation is all about initiating yourself into new things. I have my toes in literally everything, because 1, if it will better me in my life, I will do it. And 2, because I'm just so genuinely curious about life in general. And I'm continually changing my truth and my perspective and expanding my view on this human life that's literally how I'm formulated and created. The more intense I am, the better and more aligned I am with my design. So I am a very intense person. I am a projector, so my aura is penetrating to the depths of your soul. So if you know me, if you're friends with me, if you've ever been a part of my channel container community, you know that that's kind of how I am. I, without knowing, unconsciously trigger people sometimes to understand their own shadows and illuminate their own shadows. So that is me in a nutshell as far as astrologically. And I'm going to go into the depths of my upbringing, and I'm really excited about that. But I have been in the entrepreneur space for almost 13 years. I started a blog, and then I changed the blog into more of like a spiritual blog. I was a registered nurse, and I blogged in the middle of the night, and it turned into a business. And now, like I said, this is the paraphrased version. Wow. Now I'm a wellness and business women's coach, and I have a multi 7-figure business where we discuss and find our unique frequency. And my husband's been working for me for about 1.5 years. And this is becoming a really difficult episode, because all I want to do is like really dig deep into who I am. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of a synopsis of who I am without digging deep. But maybe we don't do that. Maybe we just go straight into it. I have found through figuring out or trying to figure out who I am, that the more I figure out, the more I learn, the less I know. And which is why I say I'm always a student. But I have a lot to say. And I have a lot that I've learned that I want to share with people. And so as I've used my platform to do that, I've noticed that I have tiptoed, because I come from a place where I'm not at anymore, because I have so many different friends in so many different arenas because of the world we're living. I'm afraid of being really unique because I'm afraid of offending somebody or getting canceled. And then ultimately, also at the end of the day, I want to share my truth. And I think having a place online and having a podcast to really trust and to really come to trust that any kind of belief, as long as it's not racist, truly, is a good belief. I want to believe that we can live in a society that is okay with the polarity, that is okay with the right and the wrong, that is okay with trusting and honoring people's own frequencies. And I say that because when I think about what Simply Wild encompasses, it genuinely, for me, encompasses the wild within each unique person. And that wild is going to look different. Just like every tree looks different, just like every animal is different. We've gotten complacent, more so, not as much these last couple years. I think we're getting better, but I think we've gotten complacent in realizing that we really struggle with uniqueness. And I'm really over it. I'm really over us feeling like we have to be labeled or in an institution or in, in kind of some kind of community that makes us feel like we have a space or a place. And of course, I'd be saying this as a projector because my life isn't even about me. It's about the other. And I'm probably more comfortable being alone than others. And as I've realized that I have an obligation to give a voice to people to feel like the uniqueness is okay. So community to me, like the utopian society to me, would be living in a space where we agree to disagree, where we honor each other's differences, that where we say to each other, hi, I see you, I don't agree with you, and it's okay. So that's kind of a tangent, but really that's what Simply Wild is to me, is a place that I can have guests on, a place where I can literally say, I believe in this, and they can feel conflicting, and that's okay. Because ultimately, the world, I genuinely believe one of the biggest lessons we're supposed to learn in this world is duality and polarity, yes, but in the space of living with people that believe differently than you, which can get really spicy and really triggering because a lot of people think they know the truth, for literally everybody. And I'm here to ruffle that. I'm here to say that's actually not true. Everybody's unique. Truth is just as unique as their unique frequency. And when I say unique frequency, you're going to hear me talk a lot about that because ultimately that's what my platform's about. That's what, wow, mic problems. That's what I'm about, is helping women find their unique frequency, helping women come home, helping women and men. My retreats I also have men come as well. Men, women, LGBTQ, anything you identify, a human, helping humans come home to their unique frequency. So unique, billions and trillions of atoms and cells, so unique that you can enjoy sugar and also believe in eating from the earth, right? I want to live in a society that honors everybody's frequency. Not just honors, but believes that they're living in accordance to them, that they know what actually makes them happy. None of this false, I hope you're really happy. I hope you're truly happy. I'm so sick of that narrative. I'm so sick of people projecting onto people that way. I want to live in a society where people see people doing their own thing and they applaud them. Good for her, good for him, good for they. They are living in accordance to them. Because ultimately we have no idea what they're going through, what they've been through, what it feels like to be in their own flesh embodied, right? So as we navigate this space of earth and life, I'm getting already kind of esoteric on you and tangenting. But I feel it's important to note that Simply Wild is a place for literally everybody. And I don't want you to come on here and say, yes, Sadie, I agree with that. That's not wild. That's not what my goal is. I actually don't want you to agree with me on everything. I want to expand your mind. Here I am again, unconsciously triggering. I want to expand your mind so much that you go to bed at night thinking, wait, maybe that could be true for me. And for the record, truth also is something that can only be held for a space and time. I genuinely believe that the only truth about truth is that it changes and evolves and grows, because truth is based off of so many things that we just see here. Our socioeconomic standpoint, where we live, which is socioeconomic, right? But where we were born, how we were raised, our traumas, our conditions, our beliefs based off of our traumas and conditions. It's so much bigger than us. And, I said at the beginning, maybe I just said it out loud to myself. I was worried about starting a podcast because I was worried about ruffling feathers. And I should know by now, I've been in this influencer world, this creator world, this entrepreneur world for almost 15 years, showing my life online. And I'll get more into that later. I should know by now that it's just a part of the job. That if you're speaking your mind, you're going to ruffle feathers, even to the people that agree with you on things. I cannot sit here any longer with my open throat. By the way, my throat is completely open in human design. I have no gates. I can't sit here and just be complacent. For me, it is important to be a safe place for people to come on and share their truth, even if I don't relate to it and it doesn't resonate with me. And I was really worried about starting a podcast because I knew the magnitude. I knew that this wasn't just going to be a place of fluff and peace and light. Like, I knew this was going to be a place where I shared things that were probably going to piss a lot of people off. Now, I don't think it's really going to get that intense for a while. Like, we're at the baby stages. If you're even listening to this, bravo. I don't know how you even found it, because it's rough. We're rough here. But I have to lean in to my intention. And my intention has always been and will forever be to help humanity in general, to help humans find their unique frequency. And if I'm not brave enough to do it myself, how will I ever be brave enough? How will other people be brave enough to do it for themselves? They won't, because they won't be able to see, being a pioneer, quote unquote, to something that feels really scary to be in a world, especially. I do believe it's we're moving away a little bit. We got really feisty about cancel culture for a handful of years. And instead of waiting for things to cool down, I don't think they're going to cool down. I think it's actually going to get more intense. And so what do I need to do is I need to be brave and listen to the message and listen to the call to say, okay, here we go. So as much as I'm scared to ruffle feathers or to offend people, all I have to remember is my intention and my truth, and trust that people will understand it too, while understanding that there's caveats. I have serious privilege, which we will talk about, and I'm excited to share, actually, because it's important to know, because my perspective is different than a lot of people. And with that, I also believe comes obligation, comes responsibility for me to just flat out share my truth, and also, with a caveat of such. So I'm just a small town girl from Idaho who has gone on a journey of deep spiritual awakening, who doesn't relate to the woke spiritual culture, this facade of always being in gratitude and everything always being rainbows and butterflies. But I also don't believe in trauma bonding, and I don't believe necessarily in the narrative of religion. I genuinely feel like I am walking on a path that has not been tread before. And with that comes who the knows. But because of that, I am starting here. I'm starting with what I do know, which is what I have been through before, which is what has gotten me here, right? So, this is what I do for a living. I know it sounds crazy because I literally sound like I don't even make any sense, but I help women remember. I help humans remember who they are mostly through deep understanding of their own unique frequency. And that is compiled into the elements with elemental life coaching. So I'm the creator of elemental life coaching, which is a full embodiment of all of the elements that help you come back home to yourself. So earth, air, water, womb, fire. Earth being your body, air being your mind, water being your soul, and fire being your womb. And I'll tell you how I even came up with that. I launched it last year. I have 122 women in the container, and it's been so powerful to teach them and certify them. And I run retreats, and I have an app with meditations and yoga flows and workouts and all those things. What else do I do? And I started a PFA-free period underwear company. So that's all of me right now. Here I am, who I am, but how did I get here? I guess that's the start of the next episode. And I think I'm going to end each podcast with this question. What can you do today to step back into your wild? I guess that's the end of my first episode, with just a lot of rambling of why I'm terrified of being here. But we can only go up from here, right? So I'll catch you on the next episode where I really dive deep into how I became who I am. You don't even know who I am because I haven't really talked about it yet, but you kind of got a little taste. I'll see you next time.